Shalom, holy brothers and sisters. This week's Parsha is Parshat Pekudai, and it corresponds with Exodus chapter 38, verse 21, through Exodus chapter 40, verse 38. And this week's Bible portion finishes off the book of Exodus. And so one thing that I loved about this week's Bible portion is that it is a metaphor for a much deeper message. One of the complaints that I hear about people who deny the holiness of the Bible is that it can't be, it doesn't pertain to today, and it's just some old stories like a history book. Well, if you read the Bible, on the surface level, it can be construed as a history book because those stories really did happen. But if you look on a deeper level, the stories are actually metaphors for other things. So, for example, in this week's Bible portion, we learn all about the building of the Mishkan, which is the sanctuary, the dwelling place of God, which is like the synagogue that they used in the 40 years in the desert, which moved with them from place to place as they traveled from Sinai to the land of Israel. So this was a temple that could be constructed and deconstructed at any point in time. And so the allegory or the metaphor that we learn about this week's Bible portion is it's not just about the constructing and destructing of this sanctuary. What it is really a metaphor for the relationship of the marriage between God and the Jewish people. God being the groom and the Jewish people being the bride, and the Mishkan, the sanctuary, and all of the elements inside, the altar, the menorah, all of the intricate instructions of where everything should be and how it should be placed and to the detail is sort of similar to the new couple creating a new home together. And so when you create a home together, you want everything to be just right, everything needs to be in its place, and that is what this week's Bible portion is about. And there's a really lovely kind of summary that really, I think, captures the essence of this Bible portion, and it comes from a book called Women at the Crossroads by Rebbe Tzimchana Bracha Siegelbaum, and I had the pleasure of studying at her midrasha, which is like a yeshiva for women in Israel. And I'm going to just read it for you because I think that it will just like really nicely and eloquently express this week's Bible portion in a paragraph. So she's talking about the women's perspective in the Parsha, the weekly Bible portion. So she says that one difference between the golden calf and the Mishkan is the Mishkan's ability to be taken apart and joined together anew. The Mishkan is the sanctuary or the temple, as it is written in the scriptures, Vasita Mishkan v'shachanti betochem. And it says, make for me a sanctuary, God speaking, he's the me, and I will dwell among you. Not I will dwell in the sanctuary, but make for me a home and I will be with you there. Okay, so the golden calf, on the other hand, turned into dust and ashes when broken down. A link that is meant to be eternal must possess the flexibility to be rejoined after coming apart. And it's interesting how also the laws of family purity are about the exact same thing. In Jewish law, couples do not cohabitate when the woman is on her menstrual cycle. And so every month, the relationship between husband and wife is renewed because they had that period of abstinence. A link that is eternal must possess the flexibility to be rejoined after coming apart. This ability symbolizes our willingness to start anew. If we think we understand something just because we have learned it once, we are mistaken. To really understand a matter requires being able to take it apart and put it together again. This flexibility is an essential quality of womanhood. As soon as we have finished mopping the floor, someone walks in with mud on their shoes and we have to start all over again. Not long after taking the cake out of the oven, it is eaten, and we get the flour and eggs ready again. As mothers, we must be flexible to allow our chores to be constantly interrupted by the urgent cry of our baby. We must be willing to keep starting anew, as our work is constantly undone. So this is reminding us about the relationship between us and God, and about constantly renewing ourselves, renewing our relationships, and that it's something that's a continual process and it's ongoing. So I want to bless you that you should have renewed passion and love for life, for spirituality, for your relationships, and that every day could be like the first day. So have a great weekend, and thank you for watching. God bless you.